Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into an economic puzzle that's worth billions. It's all about the world's most important food and a trade relationship that, on paper, just makes absolutely no sense.
So, here's the big question, right? It seems so simple. But as I started digging into it, I found this massive, totally overlooked opportunity in the global food market. It's a paradox that has top trade officials scrambling to figure it out.
Okay, to really wrap our heads around this, we first need to meet the two main characters in our story. We're talking about two absolute giants in the international rice trade, but they're playing on opposite sides of the field.
So on one side, you've got India. They are the undisputed king of rice exports, shipping out nearly $12 billion worth. And then on the other side, you've got the Philippines, the world's single biggest buyer of rice. I mean, logic says they should be perfect trade partners, right?
Well, yeah, that's where the logic completely breaks down and the story gets really, really interesting. Because when you actually look at the numbers, you find this enormous gap between what should be happening and what really is.
First, let's just look at the Philippine side of this. This is the size of their rice import market in just 1 year. It's a massive $2.5 billion opportunity. Just keep that number in your head.
Now, let's flip over to India. This is how much rice they export to the entire world. Over $11 billion, so they clearly have more than enough supply to meet the Philippines' demand several times over. A true powerhouse. So, given all that, the biggest seller, the biggest buyer, how much of that multi-billion-dollar market did the world's biggest exporter actually get? This much. Not billions, not even hundreds of millions, less than $50 million. It's kind of wild.
And this chart just puts that disconnect into perfect focus. That massive bar is the Philippine market. And that tiny, tiny sliver, the one you can barely even see, that's India's share. It's barely 2% of the pie. Whatever the reasons for this gap are, that's a staggering statistic.
Now you might look at that and think, wow, what a failure. But that is not how India's Commerce Ministry sees it. Not at all. As one official put it, this is a significant, untapped opportunity. For them, that huge gap is just pure potential, and they are not about to wait around.
So how is India actually planning to close this billion-dollar gap? Well, they're making a very deliberate and strategic push, and they've got an action plan that's already in motion.
And it is happening fast. This is a coordinated campaign kicking off in September, with Indian exporters heading straight to the Philippines to make their case. Then, Filipino importers are being flown into India for a major food expo, and it all comes together at a first-of-its-kind rice conference. This is a full court press to build relationships and sign some deals.
You know, this initiative isn't just about rice either. India sees potential across the board. The delegation heading to the Philippines will also include exporters of onions, potatoes, groundnuts, and even bovine meat, all key products they believe can find a huge market there.
And it's really important to realize this push into the Philippines isn't some one-off idea. It's actually a key piece of India's much larger global strategy to expand its agricultural footprint all over the world.
And if you want proof that this kind of strategy can actually work, you just have to look at India's recent success in the CIS region. That's a bloc of nations that includes Russia and its neighbors.
By using similar focused efforts, like attending major trade shows in Moscow, India boosted its agricultural exports to that region from $480 million to over $628 million in just 1 year. That jump proves this kind of targeted strategy can deliver some really rapid results.
So will it work? Honestly, we're watching a calculated economic play unfold in real time, one that could really shift the dynamics of the entire global food supply chain. The pieces are moving, and there is a billion-dollar prize on the table.